Hello and welcome once again to the Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic for 1988 here at the Capalaba Lanes. I'm Chris Bombolas, your host. Your commentators will be Steve Mackey and Terry Wenban. It's ladies match 5, and it's the defending champion Jeanette Baker-Flynn against Shelley Devine from Townsville.
Good positive opening by Jeanette then. Very good indeed. She'll be hoping to repeat this victory. Let's have a look at it come up to the head pin. Long way out there and jumps late, Terry.
Yeah, she is. You could see during the shot she was riding it. She's put it out there. She knows she's just waiting for the ball to come back. And it just comes up. A bit unlucky there not to carry that 7.
Good word for that, and that's Faith. Well covered.
Yes, that shot didn't jump away. We'll see again. She just lets that ball run in the middle.
Shelley Devine, of course, FIQ silver, 87 in the teams, the Rockway of 87 and 88, and the President's Shield for a number of years.
A great shot. Here she goes. Let's see if she can get herself going here. She's really positive and she's powering that ball down. That straight ball's producing great results out here. Look at this. She can go down, crosses. Great strike. Good positive start. She knows she has to get away with Jeanette. Jeanette's a tough customer to play against.
Oh, yes. Formidable opponent for anyone, and Shelley kept her head down then. Let's see if she'd do it again.
Yeah, she's started very aggressively.
Yeah, very aggressively indeed.
She's really getting that ball down there.
Same sort of mode she was in against Ruth Gerster and Sue Castle.
Much more, I think. I think she's a lot more aggressive here today. But again, Jeanette's a tough customer to beat.
3-step approach, working to perfection for Shelley Devine, who gets a spare in the second frame. She's clean so far, 20 in the first, a strike and a spare. Jeanette Baker-Flynn needs a strike to stay square after the first frame.
Jeanette Baker-Flynn, a host of tournament victories, the Sydney Open between 83 and 88, and of course the World Cup in Holland and Mexico in 82 and 83, and that's a couple of world records.
Looking for a strike to stay square. Another good shot by her. 2 good shots and good tactics, Terry, trying to stay light.
I think so, Steve. She's actually been the only person to be getting that ball well out on the lane and just watching it come back. You can see the ball goes right out, and then she just waits for the lane to bring the ball back into the pocket.
Never any doubt there either that she was going to leave the 5 pin. See, the ball actually hits it, even though it seemed to fall strangely. Well, a spare to be 1 pin behind.
And that was a great spare. You can see with Jeanette, she's a good player. She's just so solid at the foul line. And, well, any man or woman she's be good to play against.
The World Cups in 82 and 83, and that big run in the Sydney Open has never been done by anyone before.
No, 6 wins in a row in the Sydney Open and back-to-back wins in the World Cup firsts.
Yeah, as you can see, she's got the ball to come up a little bit higher. She's just working her way around the pocket, keeping the ball in play all the time.
Yes, very good thinking by Jeanette Baker-Flynn, the experience of many, many years of bowling.
Well, Steve, those 2 wins in the World Cup that she had, you know, she has to win her own country's final both times. She has to get back over there again in different countries and win again. And the format's very tough. Sure, she won't like that at all. She just lifted that ball too much for the spares. She should have just flattened it out and let the ball run straight across. As you can see, she threw it out. The ball started to grab, and she missed it to the left.
And stuck a little on the approach as well.
Oh, what a great result. Gee whiz. That does wonders for your confidence when you throw bad shots.
We'll have another look at this. She's going to leave 2 pins here forever. And then this pin comes away. And look at that for a bit of luck.
There you go, Chris. That's luck in 10-pin bowling for you.
Sure is. And there's nothing in it in this classic encounter between Jeanette Baker-Flynn and Shelley Devine.
This particular tournament is a very tough one to try and win. The simple principle that it's one game elimination means that one bad shot and you're completely out of it. If you are able to capitalise earlier on in the game, come out with a few strikes in the women's division, perhaps 3 to start with would be a good advantage, then that puts the pressure then on your opponent and makes it easier for you to just make good shots and continue the game and hopefully win.
Shelley Devine coming back after that miraculous shot, and a lot of luck plays a big part in this game.
It plays a huge part in the game. You know, as I said before, you can do all the right things and get nothing, and you can do bad things and get good results.
Well, that's the humbling experience of 10-pin bowling. It may well have been God intervening in that strike, but it's him again intervening to say, well, I've got control of this world, and now you'll pay the price.
Yeah, Steve, it's kind of like surfing. You know, you tear up a wave 1 minute, and the next minute it gets you, crushes you, and smashes you against the bottom of the water. Oh! She had to go for it, though. She's got a lot of courage out there, and she's giving it her all.
Yeah, very courageous bowler is Shelley Devine.
Now, Jeanette's already opened her frame, so going for that wasn't a problem, just to make sure she got one strike. Again, after a strike, she picks up that one pin and gives her an extra 2. A great shot by Jeanette. She's pumped up. She called that ball in. She's playing it out wide, getting the ball to come back. She's got the faith in her own game that's so important in all sports. You've really got to have that faith in your own ability, and that's perfection.
Yes, that was perfection. This 5-pin jumps on top of the 7. Wouldn't have dared stand just quietly.
There you go, Chris. How would you like to be facing her?
I think she would have willed that one down if it had tried to stand up.
Well short on the lane. I think maybe she expended too much energy on that one shot. As you can see, she practices her arm release, getting her hand position in the right. When you're bowling these one-game matches, it's very mechanical way you go about the game. You've got to play one shot at a time. You're always thinking about your hand position, where your feet are, everything. It's very, very taxing mentally.
Spare by Jeanette, giving her a 1-pin deficit now. Picking back the early lead by Shelley Devine, just to stick between them. 68 for Shelley, 67, virtue of that spare by Jeanette.
Gee, this is a good contest.
This is extremely tight. As you can see, Jeanette is just perfection at the foul line. She gets a good backswing, good follow-through. Let's see what Shelley can do. Ah, great shot. Shelley's come back with more aggression.
Yes, and keeps that 1-pin lead with that strike. And look at the girl. She's really thinking here. She's thinking, right, last time I went on this lane, I don't want to do that same thing wrong again. And 3 good hits she's had on lane 4. Boy, those pins really jumping around.
Yeah, she's struck every time on lane 4. If she can just get that one strike on lane 3.
And she's giving that ball plenty of power.
She's giving it heaps. No, there's that, this lane 3 is causing a little problems today. Gary Key's been able to master lane 3, but a lot of other people are having a bit of trouble. Let's see if she goes to this one. Do you think she will, Steve?
Yes, I think she will. She's got a big heart, and she's an aggressive player. Aggressive players always attack rather than defend.
Well, she went for it. She gave it a go, as she's done with everything. She's giving everything her all.
Yes, it's unfortunate for her, though, that she missed them both. That ball just sliding past the 6-pin, and it gives Jeanette a little bit of breathing space. Jeanette will be wanting to bury this ball from a great height.
A great shot. Gave it a lot of room, rode it. Look at that. Jeanette knows if she gets a double, she can start something here.
And what a great shot, as thought, burying it right in the hole, 10 in the pit, no danger there. And look at the aggression here on her face, the left side of your screen. jumping. Can't wait to get over to the difficult lane, lane 3.
So 6 frames down, and Jeanette Baker-Flynn in front by 3 pins at least. Jeanette Baker-Flynn, she's coming off a strike.
And one of the interested spectators in the playing area of lane 1, Ron Spiteri, a former Australian captain, and also Jeanette's husband in the far seat there, Brendan Flynn.
All right, she got the break she wanted. There's the double. That's going to give her a lot for Shelley to think about now. Now she knows she has to strike. But there's Jeanette, a perfectly straight foot, good leverage on the shot, good knee bend. You can see it there. Just all the weight goes in the knee. She lifts up, lifts the whole body up there, and it's all controlled power, tripping out that 4-pin late.
Good shot by the youngster from Townsville to come back, still aggressive. That's a sign of an old head on young shoulders in this pressure cauldron situation of 10-pin bowling.
I know you said she's 19 years of age. Her record says she's been bowling for 18 years and 3 months.
Yes, arguably the youngest person ever to throw a ball in Australia at 9 months of age, but, well, lots of experience, lots of times in team. She relaxes by listening to music, listening to some motivational tapes before she came into this match to pump herself up for this encounter with Jeanette Baker-Flynn. She's about 13 pins behind.
Well, there's a reply, a great shot, and on lane 3 too, so it puts the wood a little bit on Jeanette. Jeanette will be out here thinking she wants to strike. It's a good shot. She's got also a very, very good position at the foul line for a girl that plays the way she does. Good straight foot, good knee bend. She's a good player.
She's a good player. She'll go a long way in this sport, but we're back with Flynn now looking for a turkey.
No, she didn't. She got it out a little bit slow. The ball runs high. She won't be happy with that, but she'll just go out, pick it up, pick up a spare, and she'll be happy with that.
Well, that 8-pin count here, giving her a lead of 21 at the moment, but she's got this corner pin spare. She ran away from the 10-pin in the 3rd frame, so she'll be taking a little bit more time here, probably speeding up, opening her hand up a little to get this spare in the corner.
The perfect way to pick it up. Throw it out to the gutter, let it come back a little, and she covered that perfectly. We'll see here, the ball goes out, hits the edge, just comes back a little, picks them up flush, never in doubt.
Yeah, she did open the hand a bit. It didn't hook as much at the end, but she'll be going back to square 1 here for a shot at her 9th frame. A strike would be just what the doctor ordered.
She's not happy with the shot, but certainly happy with the result.
Well, this strike by Jeanette has her shooting now at a possible pace of 2:15. The best Shelley Devine can do if she goes all the way here in the 9th and 10th frames will be 2:04. So Shelley needs a strike now to stay in contention.
Oh, a great result. This has given her the encouragement she needs. She finishes the 9th and 10th frames both together. It being in this type of match play format, she can get a run up. That deep knee bend there really lunges, gets the ball well down the lane, keeps it on target. 10 and a bit.
So 9 frames down and only 8 pins in it between Jeanette Baker-Flynn and Shelley Devine. Shelley Devine now. She's coming off a double, looking for 3 in a row, which is a turkey.
Needs the strike. She's still alive. She's bowling it now at a 183 pace if she gets a spare and a strike, and that would keep Jeanette clean in the 10th to win the match. So she needs this spare of the 5-pin that she's just left standing, Just dragged it slightly left under pressure, which is a pretty normal tendency. And then she needs a strike on the bonus ball. If she bowled that ball first, she would have had another strike. That was a very good shot. A little bit more control of the backswing that time.
Yes, I think under the pressure, she's just threw that one a little bit too quick. As you said, you should try to point it. You always try to knock the pins over before you let the ball go.
Jeanette looking up at the scoreboard, wondering what's going to happen here.
Needs a strike. That's a pretty good count. That's going to make Jeanette Baker-Flynn have a bit of heavy thinking and a bit of heavy praying before she gets up here in the 10th frame, courtesy of this 9 count by Shelley Devine, giving her a score of 182. Jeanette needs a spare for a game in the 190s, and she needs a mark.
Actually, really, if she gets 8-1, she wins by 1. Which, so this, she knows this ball's got to be in play, has to be around the pocket. Well, this is, I think, pretty sure. All she's got to do is get 2 of these to win.
Now, the pressure of 10-pin bowling, you can feel it up here in the commentary position, can't you, Chris? My hands are as clammy as Jeanette's probably are at the moment. She had her heart pumping at 1,000 miles an hour. She needs 2 of these to win the match. Spare, of course. Got to get 2. Needs 2. She's covered the spare. Good spare and a good win to Jeanette Baker-Flynn, the defending champion, qualifying in one of the lower seeded positions. And that's the ball that won her this game. What a good performance by Shelley Devine. It was a very solid 182. She had 5 strikes in the game and a very aggressive performance by the loser.
That was Jeanette just finishing off the game, getting up, going through, getting the strike. Probably trying something a little different. She got that ball well out. See, got it well out, just let it run back. Says to herself, that's the right shot. Let's come on the next match.
So there it is. Shelley Devine unfortunately bows out of the 1988 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. She picks up $800 to soften the blow. Compliments of Coca-Cola. Jeanette Baker-Flynn, the defending champion, goes through to play Dana Miller, a former US Open winner, in the ladies' semi-final. Our next telecast match, though, on Nine's Wide World of Sports is the men's 10 round between Ken Sheehan of Brisbane and Gary Key of New South Wales. On behalf of the team,